Alright, and welcome to the Square Fruit tutorial. And this is really a fun project that you can do to impress your family and friends. And we don't have to really create just a square fruit or square apple. We can actually create all different types of shapes using the methods that I will describe during the video. And you can see in this one, though, we're going to create this square apple, and we're going to make it look like it was sliced open. But we can also remove that slice and just have the whole apple there, almost like it just looks like a cube. Almost resembles like a candle or something like that. But the way I did this is I drew a three-dimensional box. I wasn't perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we all are familiar with how three dimensions are, and so it doesn't really, you don't need to have any skills or anything like that. All I did was use the line tool in Photoshop to draw the line around the apple, and then I formed the apple to that shape. So you could use, or you can create another shape and then form the apple to that shape. It really doesn't matter, but I thought I'm going to go ahead and keep this basic for this first try here, and then you can go ahead and take it on and do whatever you want. So let's not mess around and get started. Alright, so we're inside the Adobe Bridge. I'm inside the Square Fruit folder, which is located inside the Project Files folder. And we see a whole bunch of different things here. We have the apple, our original apple here. We also have the sliced version. And we have another composition that I did for fun. And then we have the final project image that we will be creating for this tutorial. But what we need to do is open up this apple image that you see right here. I'll just go ahead and double click on that and load that into Photoshop. Great. And then I'll just go ahead and save what we have here for the final project. And I'll just close this out because we no longer need this. But here's the apple. And so the first thing I'm going to do is create a new image to drag this apple into. It's going to be our project image. And everything, all the elements and all the shapes and things will be contained in that image. So I'm going to come up here to File and select New. And for the width, let's enter in 3000. Now you want to make sure that this is set to pixels and not inches for this project. And for the height, we're going to do 2400 and resolution 300 dpi. And then I'll go ahead and click OK. Great. And I'll just move this over here a little bit. But that apple that we did open, what we're going to do is drag this apple from this image into the main project image. Now, I've already cropped the apple for you, so you don't have to do it, just to save a little bit of time there. So I'm going to select the Move tool, click on this apple, and drag it over to the project image, just like this. And then we have lots of room to work with around this apple. And so what I can do now is just close this image out. And now we are ready to begin. So I'm going to select the Move tool, and I'm just going to drag this down a little bit down here, and I'll zoom into it so we can see this just a little bit closer. There we go. So we need to decide what type of shape we want to form this apple into. So let's create a new layer. And by the way, before I do that, let me just go ahead and rename this to Apple. There we go. And then I'll make a new layer on top of that, and we'll just name this 3D shape or something like that for the name of this layer.